So welcome guys to our Thursday night shiur. Okay. Tonight our shiur is called the Kavanot of Chanukah. Tonight I'm going to teach you guys B'ezrat Hashem, because Chanukah seemingly is a very I would call it Chas Shalom, but think of me as a guy who's just saying things right now. It's a boring holiday. I mean, it's not about sufganiyot, that's for sure. It's not about eating jelly donuts. Even though they're the Rambam's father, maybe one of the only things we have in the name of the Rambam's father, Rabbi Maimon, who was the student of the Rim Migash, who was the student of the Rif, who was the student of Rabbeinu Hananel, who was the student of his father Rabbeinu Chushiel, who was the student of Rav Hai Gaon, until Rav Ashi, Rabbi Yehuda Anasi, and Moshe Rabbeinu. Straight Masoret. Rambam has. Even though Rabbi Maimon was such a big tzaddik, but unfortunately one of the only things we have left of him is this ma'amar, that a person who eats fried food on Chanukah, specifically he calls them sufganiyot. What's sufganiyot? Sponge. The English word sponge comes from the word sufgan. Sponge, sufgan. A lot of the English word, English is a made-up language. It comes from many words. Many words in Russian is really also English. Spanish, English, Italian, Latin, Hebrew too. Like for example, question is kushia. It's Aramaic, right? So therefore, sufganiyot is a doughy food, jelly food. It's doughy and you could it's spongy. So he says, whoever eats sufganiyot on Chanukah, Rabbi Maimon, the father of the Rambam, it's a sugula for parnasa. I only knew this 2 years ago when somebody sent me a makor, a source for this, to eat sufganiyot. Ever since then I eat sufganiyot and I gain about 6 to 7 pounds over Chanukah, Baruch Hashem.
Only sufganiyot?
Only sufganiyot. Latkes, you have to ask Rabbi Kulinimus, the first rabbi who opened up in Germany, Charlemagne, the first king, first emperor of Europe, the only emperor of the whole Europe, Charlemagne. He called Jews to open up yeshiva. Did you know that? Maybe one day we'll make a shiur on that. It's one of my expertises. Charlemagne, the emperor of Europe, he invited Jews to populate Europe. And how did he invite them? What did Yaakov Avinu tell Yehuda? Open up for me a yeshiva and a mikveh. So the first rabbi to open up a yeshiva was Rabbi Kulinimus Hazaken. Where was it? In Germany. Ashkenaz. Germany is Ashkenaz. You should know that. In real Hebrew, Lashon HaKodesh, Germany is Ashkenaz. So therefore, Rabbi Kulinimus Hazaken, I don't know where latkes came from. I'll tell you the truth. Maybe they didn't have enough money for sweets, so they did everything with potato. It's very likely. Very much likely. So instead of doing sufganiyot, they did latkes because of the bad economy over there. We know that Jews used to live off potatoes because out of a potato you could do anything. You could do oil out of a potato. You could make food out of potato. Potatoes is it's like the food of, that's what we call it in Hebrew, tapuach adama. It's the apple of the ground, right? So Rabbi Maimon says to eat so Chanukah is not about sufganiyot, that's for sure. Even though oil plays a very big role in Chanukah. If I light Chanukah candles, Rabbi Rachamim, with wax, right? Or with sesame seed oil, not with olive oil, or with any kind of thing, I still fulfill my obligation of Chanukah, right? I still remember when I got married. Before I got married, my wife, may Hashem bless her with a lot of success. So she gave me 3 books on my birthday as a gift before we got married. Right before, that's how I knew them. From these 3 books, this was the one. One of the books was To Remain a Jew. She knew I liked books. She saw it was in the bestseller. This boy, kid, if she watches this. So she bought me To Remain a Jew by Yitzhak Zilber. It's an amazing book. You want Yirat Shamayim, you read that book. You read that book, you know what it means to have Yirat Shamayim. And in Rav Yitzhak, in that book, To Remain a Jew, this guy was in the gulag, in the Russian jail. And he would light a candle in the bathroom. He would make a mechitza and he would light every day for half an hour a candle. He would gather all the Jewish inmates. Kofrim, but you know what Kofrim is? These guys believed Stalin was God. When Stalin died, they thought that he would be resurrected. That's how much they were Kofrim. That's how much they were brainwashed. He lit Chanukah candles for them. This guy, it's Russian Jewry is living because of him. Russian Jewry is living because of him. Also many Bukharians. But what is Chanukah? Rabbi said, what is Chanukah? I don't mean to raise the tone, but what's Chanukah? Chanukah. What's Chanukah? I'll tell you a secret. You don't know this. Nobody here ever heard of this, for sure. If any of you guys heard about this? My name is not Shalom. The Mishkan was finished on the 25th of Kislev. Did you know that? The building of the Mishkan, the tabernacle in the desert by Moshe Rabbeinu was finished on the 25th of Kislev. And God said to Moshe, wait. They left in Nisan. Let them begin the services in Nisan, in the springtime. So the month of Kislev has an angel. Every month has an angel. So the angel went up to God and he said, wait a second. They finished the work in Kislev, in my month. Why doesn't my month have the appreciation to start the services? And God said, don't worry, I have a better thing planned for you. What is that? Chanukah. What's Chanukah? They stopped. Chanukah. They stopped. They rested in Ka. What's Ka? 25th. On the 25th of Kislev. But if you look at Chanukah, it's a boring holiday. Go to your window or to your door. Who goes to their door these days, please? You light the Chanukah candles. Oh, you lit candles. Mazal tov. What does that do for you? What does that mean? Pesach. Matzot, Mrorir. Everyone's coming together. Seder table. If you don't drink the 4 cups, you don't stay the chovah. Didn't eat the kazai. Everybody's eating the kazai. They're stuffing their face. Read the kazai. You gotta give 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Some people, Ashkenazim, crush their matzah and they spray it in their mouth. They got everything in their mouth at one time. Shavuot, everybody's staying up all night. They think they're Hasidim, Anshe Ma'aseh. And they go to the mikveh in the morning. Purim, everyone gets drunk. You know, we Bukharians like that. And then we have Rosh Hashanah, Shofar, Yom Kippur, we fast. Chanukah, lighting candles. We're Bukharians, we're Sfaradim. We light candles every Yishua. What's Chanukah? Doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you a secret. In Kabbalah, we have a statement. In Kabbalah, I don't like to use that word Kabbalah because unfortunately it's been misconstrued. They've taken that word and they made it into a cult. Lo aleinu lo al am Yisrael. Because there's a lot of holiness. So I like to say Sod, in the secrets of the Torah. The secrets. In the secrets of the Torah we have a saying. Pashut hu b'keter. The more simpler you are, the more people don't realize you, the more important you are in the eyes of Hashem. The less views you have, the more important you are. And the most views you have. Why? God is not looking, God does not need an audience. Because you have to understand, God is infinite. He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need your mitzvot, He doesn't need your tefillah, He doesn't need your Torah, He doesn't need anything. Everything you do for yourself. You get married for yourself, you have kids for yourself, you do brit milah for yourself. All the schar goes to you, not to Him. A person who lives simply, the Gemara, I'm learning Gemara Masechet Nedarim now, B'ezrat Hashem. May Hashem bless me, I should finally finish Masechet Nedarim. I've been doing it for so many months. Chanukah, maybe I'll make a Siyum Masechet. On Daf, and the Daf I just learned, I think Pei Bet, Pei Aleph, it says over there. From Israel, they sent a message to Iraq, to Bavel. Be careful of 3 things, they said. Be careful of poor people. Because from the poor people comes Torah, not from rich people. Rich people's children don't become Talmidei Chachamim. Never. The Gemara says this. Freaked out when I read this. I read this many times, but every time I read it, I get. You have to feel it. You have to feel the Torah. I read this. I was in the seminar a couple of years ago by Rabbi Lawrence Kellerman, a very, very good rabbi. I suggest you guys look into him. Rabbi Lawrence Kellerman. He's on Hidabrut, the English Hidabrut. He proves the divinity of the Torah beyond a reasonable doubt. You'll finish his seminar, you'll be like, wow, the Torah is not just real, it's just, there's nothing else. That's how amazing he is as a speaker, and as proving he's a philosopher, he's very good. And I'll tell you guys one thing, you don't need to really figure out, to learn all these philosophy. No. Whoever learns Torah knows that it can't be made up. It's just true. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. It's real. Hashem, the Torah, we, the Jewish people. I want to make a certain statement. It's a silver lining in all this, in a bad way, God forbid, or in a good way. 3 hours ago, 6:30, if I'm not, about 3 hours ago, a Bukharian boy was slashed in the neck by 15 to 20 Spanish kids.
Wow.
About 3 hours ago.
How old?
From yeshiva. He's 17 years old. Not more than 17. He was in 108 Street, Sto Asmoy. Slashed in the neck. What happened? They yelled, the consensus that they yelled, kill the Jews. Abotai, you can't make this stuff up. They don't hate us for a reason. They hate us for one reason, because we have the truth. We're that popular kid in school, you know? We are the truth. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot. The last holiday in the Jewish calendar is Chanukah. This is the last holiday. Purim was before Chanukah, chronologically speaking. Chanukah is the last holiday. And I said this in last night's shiur. I'm going to repeat it to you guys right now. We're still living in Chanukah. That's why 2,000 years we're still stuck in there. Chanukah is the holiday that everyone keeps, but nobody keeps. I'm going to tell you a mashal. I want to ask you guys a question. If I would say to you, what's greater, Yom Kippur or Purim? This is the segment. This is how I'm getting into the Kavanot of Chanukah. Tonight I'm going to teach you 3 Kavanot that everybody could do. Everyone. One is called Regel. Regel, I'm going to write it for you. Regel. Ad shetichle regel min hashuk. Second one is called Ner. Candle. Third one is called Lehadlik. To light. You light the candle while people are still walking in the shuk, in the bazaar. They can still see your candles. Tonight I'll teach you 3 kavanot, and if we're lucky, I'll teach you a 4th. Keneged Yud Shel Shem Havaya, the Yud of God's name. It's called Nachal. But I'm going to put a star by Nachal. Nachal is the river of Shamayim. If you're going to have these 4 kavanot, at least during Chanukah, at least, the Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov, who revealed Torah Hasidut, said, our year has not been sealed until the last night of Chanukah. Don't take Chanukah lightly. It's simple, but it's the best. What did I say to you guys? According to the Kabbalists, according to Torah Tasod, the simpler you are, the greater you are. There's nothing simpler than Chanukah. Light a couple of candles. How long do you have to light them for? B'di'avad, after the fact, until dawn. You can light them until dawn. What's there to do over here already? Take a candle, take a wax candle. להדליק נר של חנוכה, שעשה ניסים לאבותינו, שהחיינו, קיימנו, והגיענו לזמן הזה. Shach, you light the candle. Tonight I'm going to teach you, Rabotai, how to ensure that your children, Bezrat Hashem, your children, will be Talmidei Chachamim. The Zohar says, the Tikkunei Zohar in the Hagdama. How do I know it's in the Hagdama? Because I've read it many times. Bezrat Hashem, in Chanukah, I'm going to finish it for the 11th time. The Hagdama to the Tikkunei Zohar says, if you build a house for God, God is going to build a house for you. If you bring to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if you give Torah to people, God is going to give you Torah. Anything you do for Hashem, it's midah keneged midah. You do for Hashem, just for you. That's the nature of Kabbalah, of the Ariya Kadosh. That's what he's taught us. And only the Torah of the Ariya Kadosh will save us. This shul, Leshem, is right across Al-Mahmud. It's not for nothing Hashem did that. This shul, this small shul of 30 people on Shabbat, maybe. Not counting kids and women. This small shul of just 30 guys and a couple of guys on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Tuesdays. This shul is a shield. I'm telling you, it's a shield. Because what we teach over here is nothing you will ever learn. Okay? This is the essence of Chanukah. I'm teaching you the essence of Chanukah. Okay? The essence of Chanukah is something that's unbelievable. When after you hear the shiur, you will stay by the lights of Chanukah for an hour just looking at the candles. In the lights of in the fire, in the flames that's dancing, you could see your future in the flames. It's not regular flames. Only once a week, a little bit of that is revealed. What is that? In the candles of Shabbat. And it's not for nothing, only women could light that candle. And to explain you these 4 Kavanot, probably only 3 we'll get to, I will have to explain to you what was the biggest sin that ever happened in this world. If I were to ask you guys, what's the one sin that made all sins? All Averot. What would you say?
First sins?
What was that? Eating from the apple. There was a sin before that. The sun. You come to the before the mincha sometimes, you come to the shiur, right? See, and the moon, the Levana, the Yareach, told HaKadosh Baruch Hu, told God, the sun and the moon, we can't be the same size. We can't be the same. One has to be greater than the other. So God said, okay, you know what? You're right. Make yourself smaller. Boom! That's how the stars came out. It's a midrash. The Ariya Kadosh takes this midrash very seriously. Your job, I'm telling you guys something, it's not secret of secrets. This is the secret of all secrets. Your job in this world is one thing, Rabotai. To get the moon, I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. It's not this moon. It's all code words. It's not this moon that you see out there. To get the Levana, the Yareach, back to its original state, and it was on the 4th day of creation. That's it. That's your mission in life. God. How do we know that's true? What's Musaf? What's Musaf? Musaf was made by Rachel Imenu. God said, bring for me 2 goats on Rosh Chodesh as an atonement. As an atonement. What are you atoning for? The moon said something wrong. So she paid for it. So why do you have to pay? Why does Hashem have to bring the korban? Meaning, the moon was right. She said the truth. 2 kings cannot rule. Has to be one. There's only one Hashem in the world. One God. It's not the moon that we think. God said, bring me an atonement. What is that? 2 goats. What do we bring on Yom Kippur? 2 goats. This is our job. How do we do that, Rabotai? This Parashat HaShavua is the most climatic parasha in the whole Torah. Rav Ovadia Yosef used to cry in this parasha. He used to cry, mamash cry, when he used to read this. When Reuven wanted to save Yosef, and when he came back to the pit, and he saw that Yosef wasn't there, and he ripped his clothes, and he said, Hayeled enenu, the boy isn't there. Vani ana ani ba, where do I go? That was the end. That's the end game. How's that the end game? Reuben could have changed the course of history. But the brothers messed up. Yehuda messed up. Yehuda messed up. Who's Yehuda? Yehuda is the father of Mashiach. The father of Mashiach. He messed up. That's why he has to come back as David HaMelech and Ben David to fix everything. What do you think? He wants to fix? Who wants to be the fixer? Nobody wants to be the fixer. We want to be the person who enjoys the fixation. No, you gotta fix what you messed up. You sold Yosef into slavery. You're gonna fix it. Doesn't matter. It was Yosef, it was God, it's Asher. Doesn't matter. You said to sell your brother into slavery. What does that mean? When you see a Jew in trouble and you don't want to do anything about it, you are Yehuda who says, let's sell our brother into slavery. And all it takes is one thing these days. God created the internet for one reason. It's called share. You have a lecture, share it. You were inspired by a message, share it. You don't want to share it, you're doing the same mistake Yehuda did. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. This is why internet was created. I said this last night, I'm saying it to you guys again because almost everyone over here wasn't here last night, except for a couple. Share it! That's your job. Fix the moon's mistake. And she really was saying the truth. Fix Yehuda's mistake. You want to bring Mashiach? Share. I said this last night. I'm going to say it to you guys who weren't here last night. You know what the rate of assimilation was in 2013 in American Jewry? Do you know? 58%. You hear what I just said? In Germany! In the 1930s, it was at 50%. We passed Germany. American Jewry, look at the Pew Research, P-E-W, Pew Research of American Jews, assimilation, right? Assimilation, P-E-W. This is the best research center. American Jewry at 2013 has assimilated at 58%. 2/3 of them don't raise their kids as Jewish. 2/3 of American Jews don't raise their kids Jewish. 40%, over 40% of Jews who assimilate are assimilating into the Catholic religion. Catholics! That's Avodah Zarah. That's pure Avodah Zarah. They say God is 3. Pure Avodah Zarah. Where are we standing? Small shul next to Al Mahmoud. But we're not small. Why? Hapashut hu beketer. We're fighting the real fight, Rabotai. Share. Do what you gotta do to change. A Bukharian boy was slashed in the throat today at 6:30. 6:30 was slashed in the throat. by a bunch of kids, goyim, who said kill all the Jews. What do? We do more mitzvot. How do we know? What does it say in Egypt? Kasher ya'anu oto ken yirbeh v'chen yifrotz. The more they made them suffer, the more they became greater. The more they became a multitude. How do we do that? Stop doing mitzvot because my dad did it, my grandmother did it, my grandfather did it. Do mitzvot la'adlik ner Chanukah because you know what it means. There's an essence to a mitzvah. It's not just a menorah. When I got married, you know what my one wish was? To buy a silver menorah. I'm saying the truth. I'm not making this stuff up. Not to buy a silver kiddushka. Not to buy a silver nerot Shabbat. To buy a silver menorah. You know why? Because I know that this Chanukah is the greatest mitzvah because it's the simplest mitzvah. And I want to do it the best. And I took the Chanukah and I dipped it inside a mikvah. You know why? I don't have any reason why I did it. I did it because I wanted this to be the greatest mitzvah. I put it inside a mikvah. Jews made it. And even if they didn't do it, I don't eat from it. But I still did it inside. I want to do it at Takash. At Tachtidil, from beneath the Or Savo. Not the children, the Or Savo. Also children is good. You understand? I want to do it the best. We do mitzvot because we're used to it. We're used to it. We keep Shabbat not because we want to. We have no cheshek to keep Shabbat. Lo aleinu alam Yisrael. I don't want to make any Chas Shalom any say bad stuff. Some people keep their phones right there. They come Friday, they keep their phones right there. Shabbat didn't come out. It did. It's like Rabbeinu Yonah and Shosha. They just jumped to the thing. What are you running to? What? What are you running to? Stocks? What are you running to? It's just stupidity. It's like we're so addicted to this. My wife, she's a pharmacist. You know how many people are on Adderall today? You know what Adderall is? It's a amphetamine. It's a drug. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's a drug that tries to keep you focused. One person today came inside. The doctor prescribed him 7 times a day. How old was that person? 14 years old. The generations. If in 2013 the rate of assimilation was 58%, today we're at much more. What do we do to combat that? I'm going to give you a simple thing to do. You don't have to do outreach. You don't have to do anything. Do mitzvot atachtidil. Do mitzvot with meaning. Don't get fooled by hugs and kisses. People will hug and kiss you. Don't be fooled by that. See how they keep mitzvot. And tonight I'm going to teach you 3 kavanot. Why am I teaching you guys this? Why? Because I believe that you guys are going to do it. And don't be swayed by people like, oh, who are you to do kavanot? They say that to you. You know why God created the earlobes? So you can put it inside your ears like this. Don't hear what they say. Tell them das vidanya. Don't be offended. You are going to do this. That's why I'm teaching it to you. Do these kavanot. You will do them. Why? Because this will give you a different meaning in the mitzvot. It's not just about lighting candles. I light candles in the yeshua, like I said. I'm not here to light candles. I'm here to light Chanukah candles. What is that candles? I'm going to tell you. What does this have to do with the sun and the moon? And the moon made a whole mistake that she told to Hashem, oh, we can't be the first sin in the world. Remember I just said? When you light the Chanukah candles, you're fixing that sin. The only holiday in the Jewish calendar, Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. Where the moon, what is the moon? The moon is the Shekhinah. It's not really the moon that you see. It's a code word. It's a code word for the divine presence. It's a code. It's a coded word. The moon is the Shekhinah. When you light the Chanukah candles, you give the Shekhinah the power to light up as great as the actual presence of God. What's the Shekhinah? The Shekhinah is God's presence in this world. It can't light so much. What happened in Har Sinai? What happened to our souls? Dead. But when you light the Chanukah, that's what's supposed to happen. You were supposed to live in this world, guys, in this world. Getting Har Sinai Shefa every day. But because the moon made a mistake, what happened? Which is the Shekhinah, it's a code word. She could not. You walk around and you're like, where is Hashem? By lighting the Chanukah candles, you fix that. It's what I just told you guys is, you're not going to even hear that in the 19th of Kislev of the Hasidut. I'm telling you, you're not going to even hear that then. You're fixing this first sin in the world. By lighting the Chanukah candles, you're fixing the sin of the divine presence. You're fixing it. How? I'm going to teach you 3 Kavanot. The Gemara says, when do you light the Chanukah candles? When's the best time to light? When the 3 stars come out. Regel min hashuk. What does that mean? Until feet stop walking in the bazaar. Why? The whole point of Chanukah, Rabotai, is that people should see that you lit it. There's never a holiday that I'm more inspired than Chanukah, and I'll tell you why. When I walk outside at the night and I see people's Chanukah candles in the buildings, I get so inspired. I like counting them. There's so many Jews in this building. I like it. I feel good. Why? Because the whole point of Chanukah is that I should see it. You're supposed to see it, and you're supposed to see it, and you're supposed to see it, and you're supposed to see it. Light it by that window. Don't light it by the door. Light it by the window. Everyone should see that you lit the Chanukah candles. So the point is, so people should be still walking around outside. We call that in Hebrew, Ad shetichle regel min hashuk. Regel is what? Porche in Bukhari. What's porche? Foot. A foot. When you say in the bracha, there's 3 brachot we say on the first day of Chanukah and 2 on the consecutive days, from day 2 to 8. When I say Baruch Atah Hashem, I said God's name, Yud Kei Vav Kei. Baruch Atah Amonai. Right? I said Hashem's name. What do I think at that moment? I'm going to tell you a kavanah. This kavanah is called regel. What's regel? The foot, the porche. Ad shetichle regel min hashuk. What's that kavanah? I got to think of 2 names of God. Whoever was in last night's shiur of Otrot Chaim is going to understand what I'm talking about. There is one name of God, Yud Kei Vav Kei, right? Yud Kei, I'm not going to write the actual name of God, I'm just going to make it into a K. Vav Kei, right? Am I right or no? Mm-hmm. So it's really Yud and a Hey and a Vav and a Hey. If I spell it out, this Yud I make Yud, Yud Vav, Dalet. Hey, the Hey. I make Hey. How do you spell it? Hey. Hey Yud. Hey Yud. Vav. Vav. Yud. Vav. Hey. What do I get? 10. Plus 10 is 20. Plus 15. Plus, what do I have here? 6 and 6 is 12. 12 plus 10 is how much? 22. Plus another 15. What do I get all together? 72. This is not math, guys. I'm not telling you to go back to math class. I'm not telling you to go back to math class. I'm just letting you know that the mispar of Shem Havaya b'milu Yudim is 72. If I spell out God's name with all Yud, how many Yuds I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I get? Ab, 72. Okay? Now, Regel, where are we? Regel, how much is Reish? 200. How much is Gimel? 3. How much is Lamed? 30. Altogether, 233. I only have 72. The zivug, the connection that's happening when you're holding that candle, you don't know what you're doing. You're moving worlds. You say, Baruch Ata Hashem. You have to connect this name of God, Yud, K, Vav, K, with another name of God, which is called Ekyeh. What's Ekyeh? When God told Moses, when Moses asked God, what's your name? What did he say? Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh Shalachani Elechem. Aleph and a Hey and a Yud and a Hey. Right? Aleph, K, Yud, K. You guys come with us to Lubavitch. What is that part that we all say together? Yehi Ratzon Milfanecha Hashem HaGadol Ekyeh Asher Ekyeh Shterachem Aleinu V'taseh Kol Bakashoteinu. Right? Aleph, K, Yud, K. Ekyeh. Right? I could spell this out too. Aleph is how much? Aleph. Aleph. Lamed. Fei. Yes? This is a Hey. Hey. Hey Yud. This is what? The letter Yud. How do we spell Yud? Yud Vav Dalet. Yud Vav Dalet. Last letter is a Hey. Again, Hey Yud. Aleph is 1. Lamed is 30. Fei Sofit is 80. Altogether, what do you have? 111. Plus 15. Plus 20. Plus another 15. How much you get? Anybody with a calculator here?
161. Yeah.
Oh, very good. 161. 161 plus 72 is how much? 233. That's what the rabbis meant when they said Ad shetichle regel min hashuk. So when you say Baruch Ata Hashem and you want to connect to the real meaning of that name, you have to think of two of God's names. This name and this name. The 161 plus 72. And if a person who thinks of those names, at that moment he could have kavanah to fix all the sins of, God forbid, of his root soul and the people who come from his root soul who did, God forbid, the sin of, I don't want to say it, but who knows how people are going to hear this, the sin of homosexuality. When you have this kavanah, you're able to fix that sin. Not just you, the people who come from your root soul. 161 plus 72. That's what it means. Ad shetichle regel min hashuk. So you think what did the rabbis mean until the people are still walking outside in the bazaar? That's not what they meant. They meant this. 72 plus 160. Shem Av and Shem Kasa we call it.
What's the connection? Regel in a shoe.
Ad shetichle regel min hashuk. Until people will have this kavanah when they light the Chanukah candles. You have to have this kavanah. That's what they were trying to hint to you. This is the kavanah you're supposed. This is the main kavanah. This is the kavanah you're supposed to have. Ad shetichle regel. You gotta fix the regel. When you're in Yom Kippur, I'm gonna tell you a secret. The person who buys kol nidrei, you know what main avera is fixing? Shechvat zer lo atala. But mainly, regel. Look inside the Shara Kavanot, inside the Sidur Rashash. He's fixing this Avera. Because this Avera is the Avera of the generation of the flood. You don't know how many people from your Shoresh Neshama did this. Do you know that there are more, I don't want to say the name, I said it once already, these kind of people in the world, and there are Jews in the world? You know how many people, you know how many Jews there are in the world? About 0.43%, 0.2%. You know how many of this Avera there is in this world? People who, 2.4%. There are more of these kind of people than there are Jews in the world.
How did you get 2.4?
Once again, you got to do your research into statistics.
50% is men. So
Okay.
you're talking about the 50% men. That's already.
There's men and women too.
It applies to women?
Of course.
Okay.
They include everyone in there.
You're supposed to have Kavanah on the Yud Kei Vav Kei?
When you say Baruch Atah Hashem,
And what are you having Kavanah, on the spelling or on the top?
you're thinking of Yud Vav Dalet, Hey and a Yud, Vav Yud Vav and a Hey and a Yud. Then you think Aleph Lamed Fei Sofit, Hey and a Yud, Vav Yud Vav, and then a Hey and a Yud. When you have that Kavanah, have Kavanah Ad Shetichle Regel, Regel. This is Regel 233 Minashuk. And if you have this Kavanah, you could also have Kavanah to fix, God forbid, the people who are in your Shoresh Neshama that, God forbid, fall in this sin.
How many people do you have in your Shoresh Neshaman first? Like, can you expand?
This only the Ariya Kadosh could answer you.
Well, generally speaking,
We're
it's
not on
probably,
that level
no,
yet.
I'm saying like there's probably like an estimate.
If you're a very big Shoresh, if you're a Talmid Chacham, you could have up to 60, you could have up to 600,000 Amma Aratzim connected to you.
Underneath you.
Yeah, underneath you.
So a regular stam person doesn't have that many. It's just
No, regular Stam person doesn't. First of all, you don't know if you're a Talmid Chacham or not. Maybe in your Shoresh Neshama you're supposed to be a Talmid Chacham. We didn't get up to there in Gates of Reincarnation yet. We're going to learn about it. How many people are... There is for every root soul, there's 613 Talmidei Chachamim. And altogether, branching out from them is 600,000 Amma Aratzim. So a Talmid Chacham could be well assured that he's very special in the eyes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Understand? So if you're a person who could learn Torah, or at least you learn Torah in your free time, you're a very special person in the eyes of Hashem.
600,000 though? Maybe not that
That
much.
means there are 600,000 people who are sucking life from you.
Really?
It's a very deep concept. We're not talking about that right now. That's the first Kavanah I'm teaching you guys tonight. You guys got it? Ab and Kasa. Yes or no? Can I erase this? Next. That's when you say Baruch Atah Hashem. The next Kavanah is the main Kavanah. In this Kavanah, if you guys didn't get the first Kavanah, I want you guys to at least do the second one. I'm erasing the first one. Because we did it. That's called Regel. Ad shetichle Regel mean... What's Ner? Ner is what? In Hebrew, what's Ner? A candle. What are we lighting? Chanukah? Candles. So this is the main one. Right here. The Ari puts a lot of emphasis on this Kavanah. A lot. You gotta do this Kavanah. It could give you Shefa, power, till the next Chanukah. Your body, your soul, the essence of your neshama, and especially to your children. Especially to your children. What's this Kavanah Ner? The candle. When you say Lahadlik Ner, Baruch Atah Hashem, we did Hashem. Elokeinu melech haolam, asher kidam b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner. What am I thinking at ner? Your soul in the Gemara, it's called, it's connected to, it's compared to, is the better word, a candle. Your soul is compared to a candle. Ner Hashem, Nishmat Adam. The candle of God is your soul. You have no idea how important you are to Hashem. Your neshama is so important to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem loves you so much. You are the candle of God. You are God's Chanukah candles. How do I get to a point, Rabbi Isai, where I light the Chanukah candles and I am God's candle? If you don't have this kavanah, you can't do it. I don't care how much you sing and you say Yabadai Dai 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 Dai. You have to have 3 Kavanot. What is the main name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Thank you very much. Coming out of nowhere and you're already giving answers. I like that. Yud K Vav K. Yud K Vav K. Yud K Vav K, which is the numerical value of 26, can be attached to 3 other of God's names. The first one we already said before. What is it? Ekir. Aleph, K, Yud, K. Then there is Yud K Vav K. What's the second name of God? If I were to ask you, what's the first name of God in the Torah? What would you say? Elokim, Shkoyach. Bereshit bara Elokim. Elokim. Now I have again Yud K Vav K. What's the last name of God? Amonai. Shkoyach. Aleph, Dalet, Nun, and then a Yud. Amonai. How much is the name of God? How much? 26. How much is Ekye? Aleph is 1.
65, no?
That's Amonai. Amonai is 65. I'll already write it. Ekye is how much? 5 plus 1 is how much? 6. 21. Good. How much is Elohim? 86. Very good. 26, 26, 26. If I do 26 plus 21 plus 26 plus 86 plus 26 plus 65, I get exactly 250. How much is Nun? 50. How much is Resh? 200. Very good. 250. Your soul is the candle of God. You want to ignite it? You got to think of these names when you're saying Ner. If you're not going to do it, you want to ignite the soul, your soul. This is the name. This is the Shemot. This is the Shemot. Havaya Eke, Havaya Elokim, Havaya Amonai. Okay? If you have this kavanah, you could ignite your soul till next year. If you have this kavanah. Havaya Eke, Havaya Elokim, Havaya Amonai. Do you understand what we're talking about over here? Torah is not what you think. Maccabim won a war. They had nothing better to do. They just decided to put Mem Chav Bet Yud on their flag. Maccabim won a war and they lit 8 candles. Oh! La'adlik ner. They were lighting our nishamot are still lighting from their Chanukah. Do you know what was the menorah they lit when they came into the Beit HaMikdash? Do you know what it was made out of? Because who took the menorah? The Greeks took the menorah and took it down. They took it away. They broke it down. They saw. You know what it was made out of?
Barzel.
No, before the Barzel one.
Copper?
Before that one.
Gold?
Silver?
No, silver. Till they got the silver took many years. What's the lowest thing you could make something out of? Lower than, it's not even a metal.
Wood.
The menorah they lit the Chanukah candles was with a wooden menorah. You know why a wooden menorah? Even a Jew that's a wood, you know what a wood is? The cheapest material, even their soul they lit up. Till now, our nishamot are lighting from them. Unbelievable. This kavanah is ner. That's why we rip our clothes when somebody dies. Because the light of Hashem, his Chanukah candles, was extinguished. I hope you guys got this kavanah. I hope. This is a strong kavanah.
Every candle,
Huh?
By the time you think about this, now you can pass out.
If I show you what Sidur HaRashash is, you're going to think this is child's play.
How do you make a kavanah?
Baruch Ata Amonai. You did already? Abkasa, right? Regular.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Baruch.
איך עושים את זה?
Uh,
You put it in a picture, you draw. What do? How do you to make a kavanah?
How do you do it?
Connecting to what's איך
These,
עושים את זה?
when you gotta think of Shem Havaya and Shem Ekel. Shem Havaya and Shem Elokim.
You have to
Shem
picture-
Havaya and Shem Amonai.
Picture the letters.
Yes, and you have to understand what these letters are. These 4 names of Hashem are the essence of every Jewish soul. And when you think of these 4 names of Hashem that connect with the source, which is Havaya, you're re-energizing the Tzaddik, the Benoni, and the Rasha. You're re-energizing them, and all of them you could only do the ones who come from your Shoresh Neshama.
You just gave more kavanot.
I'm just trying to help you ask the question, I'm helping you out. You have to re-energize their Neshama, and only a Jewish mind could do that. Why? Because we're not a religion that one guy came along, Muhammad Abu Ali, no offense to Al Mahmoud across the street, and Muhammad Abu Ali came in and he saw the Malach Gabriel that came on a flying donkey. This is the story. And he gave him the Quran. No. Our nation, we're not a religion, our nation is based on 3 million people, that 600,000 men that saw HaKadosh Baruch Hu at Mount Sinai, that heard him. And how do I know that it wasn't some guy who came up to my great-grandfather and said, oh, you know, your grandfather saw Hashem and Har Sinai, you know why? Who was that guy? Who was that guy who said, here's the book? There is no guy. He doesn't exist. We were there. Moshe was there. Nobody could disagree with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's Ner. That's Ner. You want to like your Ner? You want to like your Neshama? You want to live in that? You gotta have this kavanah. You gotta have this kavanah. It's not pshat. Oh, let's all light the Chanukah candles. What Chanukah candles? I light candles in the yeshiva. Go to my father's house, 150-0878 Avenue. Go upstairs in his study. Every night he lights 7 candles. Sunday he lights for the Baba Sali and his family. Next day he lights for the Bavitcher Rebbe and his family. What is the difference between those lights and the lights of Chanukah? That's it. Next kavanah, I'm gonna skip lahadlik because it's very complicated, and I'm gonna go to the next one because it's fast, and we're gonna start arguing. The last kavanah, and let's say you guys tell me I didn't understand the first kavanah. I didn't understand the second kavanah. The third kavanah, you have to understand. Not because I told you that you're going to understand it, but because it's very simple. Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu v'tzivanu lehadlik, Ner Chanukah. What's the first letter of Ner? Nun. What's the first letter of Chanukah? Het. What's the first letter of Lahadlik? Lamed. 1, 2, 3. Shem Kadosh. It's one of the holy names of God called Nachal. Very simple. That's all you gotta do. Think of 3 letters at the end. What are they? Nachal. What's a Nachal? What's a Nachal, guys? Not. I thought I'm giving a shiur to beginners. You guys are advanced. Notzer Chesed. It's 3 of God's 13 attributes of mercy. Amonai. Amonai. Kel Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Ha'apayim Rav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nun Het Lamed. If you have this kavanah, Nahal, you have to think, Notzer נוצר. חטא. חסד. למד. לאלפים. נחל. What do I do by doing that? Nachal in Hebrew also means a river. What does a river do, Rabbi Rachamim? It goes from a high point and it brings down the shefa into a low point. Through this kavanah, you could ensure that your kids will be Talmidei Chachamim. You hear what I'm saying to you? When you have the kavanah of Nahal, you have to have kavanah that God's infinite mercy, infinite kindness goes down to who? Alafim. What's alafim? Thousands. And by doing so, that chas v'shalom, even though your descendants will go off the derech, one day they'll find their way back. And all you gotta do is think of 3 letters. Nahal, Notzer, Chesed, Lalafim. Lehadlik, Ner, Chanukah. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.